So I'm going to talk right now a little bit about human factors. Human factor is sort of a catch-all term to describe all the ways that our mind can trick us when we're in the backcountry. So an acronym that I personally like to use to describe a lot of the common human factors that I've encountered while skiing in the backcountry is a term called facets. So facets, I'd like to mention, are not the only human factors that we fall into. And the AIRE website has a lot of really well categorized and really in-depth definitions for common tricks that our mind plays on us. I just like to use facets as a good overview for things that I see a lot. So facets. F stands for familiarity. An example of this is I've skied this slope before and it hasn't avalanched, so I think it's good. A stands for acceptance. An example of this is if I shred this sweet wine right now, my friends will be super impressed. C stands for commitment. We just skinned 7 miles in to ski this one spot, so we have to ski it. E stands for expert halo. An example of this would be, I'm concerned about this slope stability, but my ski partner has her Pro 2 and she seems fine, so I'm just gonna go with what she says. T stands for tracks. Oh, it looks like other people have been skiing out here, so it must be good. And then finally, S stands for social proof. So an example of this is do it for the gram or do it so that you can fit in. Again, for more information on these human factors and some other human factors that I haven't mentioned, the AIRE website is a super good resource to create a common language to talk about these human factors with your ski partners. So those are some of our common human factors. How are we going to mitigate these human factors when we're in the backcountry? I'd like to break it down into 3 main categories and then a bonus category at the end. So the first 3 are choose good partners, know yourself, and speak up. So when you're choosing good partners, you want to check in with them every ski day. What's your risk tolerance today? What are your goals and objectives? We want effective communication between us and our ski partners. So we want to build rapport and really listen to what they're saying and have someone listen to what we're saying. And we want someone who is willing to adjust their goals for conditions. Knowing yourself, we want to know our own limits, our own risk tolerances, and our own goals. We want to know what human factors we commonly fall into, and that's a really good thing to start thinking about as we go into this course. And something that I like to say is to be the partner that you want someone else to be for you. Finally, speak up. So listening is key. AIRE really emphasizes to respect every veto. Speak up and help others in the group feel heard if you recognize that they don't feel heard or that people aren't listening to them or respecting their opinions. And ask questions to yourself and to others. An example is, why do you feel like this slope is safe to ski? Or why don't you feel like this slope is safe to ski? And start conversations about it. My bonus piece of mitigation is sort of an afterthought. It's a reflection. So when we're out in the backcountry making decisions, every decision we make, we don't really have feedback from that until afterwards. So we call this a low feedback environment. It's hard to learn because it's hard to know when you made a bad decision or when you just got lucky. So that's a really good thing to ask yourself at the end of the day and your partners and have a conversation. Did we make really good decisions today, really informed decisions based on our tour plan and the conditions? Or did we just get lucky? So human factors impact every decision that we make in the backcountry. So it's really important that we use the tools that I just provided you and that are on the AIRE website to practice identifying those. We as instructors are going to make sure that we're actively battling these human factors throughout the course. However, this isn't a super easy task. So it's going to be a good opportunity for all of us to practice that. And it's up to you to apply to your own backcountry goals.